Hey everybody, we're back. We're about to start our mini Mega Man block. We got a Mega Man 4 right now, right?
Mega Man 4.
Or I should say Mega Man himself, Mega Man X. And then we have Mega Man X3 after that. So during those two games, we have a couple prizes for only $5. Just one donation of $5. You're in to win both, one of each of these. So the $5, you know, you can win this one, or
well, they're two different games.
Yeah, they're two different games. You got we got the Mega Man X Legacy Collection with X2 also, and then the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. So this is all the original Mega Man games.
1 through
10
1 through 10
on Switch.
On Switch, and then that one is X through X through 8.
Yeah, X through X.
Yeah,
and
so
then
it's just about everything.
Yeah, so only $5 get you in the running. Only $5 get you in the running to be entered for both of those prizes. And if you donate $10 during the Mega Man block, you're entered to win this sweet Mega Man and Dr. Wily statue that MadMega himself donated. Sure, you can hold it. So.
I can confirm that if you tap Dr. Wily's head, it's a bobblehead, and he will do his beg for mercy. So it's pretty rad.
That's pretty cool.
So, like I said, $5, and you get a chance for 2 prizes. $10, you get a chance for this nice statue. So, take it away.
All right. I'm MadMega. This is Mega Man 4. This is like my favorite Mega Man game. This is the first one I played when I was a kid, so it has a special place in my heart. I'm going to run this Buster only because it's. Well, I can just talk about it once I get started. So let me get back to that screen here, and I'll count you down.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we're gonna start with Pharaoh Man. The reason for that is that there's a jump here that if I screw it up, I might want to reset, but I might not. I don't know. We'll see how I feel, how I miss it, I guess. So the reason why I wanted to do this Buster only is that Mega Man 4 actually gives you some neat new abilities, which is to say that I can charge my Buster. In Mega Man 1 through 3, you can't charge. In Mega Man 3, they give you the ability to slide, which is really nice. But they don't give you the ability to charge your shot here. So I'm gonna. All right, there we go. We did it. That's it's not super tight, but it's tight enough that I didn't want to. Yeah, let's put it this way. I have messed that up plenty of times on previous runs. That is a run killer for sure. So what I just got there was the balloon. And you might be sitting at home and saying, but MadMega, you said you weren't going to use any special items. You said this was Buster only. You said it was True Blue. Why did you get something like that? And number 1, that's a really good question. 2, shut up. But 3, the real answer is that it's technically not possible to beat any of the original Mega Man games without some power-ups and special abilities that the games give you. It's literally impossible. So when I say Buster only, what I really mean is mostly Buster. As much Buster as we can handle. So
there's a message in chat that says, but MadMega, you said you're doing Buster only. You said you wouldn't use any special item.
That's true, you did say that.
I did say that. Well, I think that what this should signify is that you can't trust me. Don't trust anything I say. So we're gonna start here with Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man's actually this is basically the start for the 80% route, anyways. Simply because he's a pretty easy boss to fight, Buster only. Obviously, because he didn't just hit me there. And it's also because you pick up the balloon, and that's an easy trick to fail, so you want to do it early. So, also, Pharaoh's a very useful weapon. So, I'm going to try to be in the dead center. If I do this right, I have 8 chances at it. He won't jump. He'll just teleport to the center and then go. So, I'm going to try to do that. I have 7 more chances. Haven't gotten there yet. So, so I got Pharaoh shot, which doesn't mean much because obviously we won't be using it. Because this is Buster only, we can kind of do the Robot Masters in any order we want. I like to go Drillman next because he's probably the biggest RNG, luck-based enemy in the game. He's really just a jerk. So we try not to, oh, jeez. I think Kirby ate one of my inputs. Where's Toshiro? Oh, I was way off. I thought I hit him more than I did. Okay. So one of the interesting things about this is I'm normally a Mega Man 6 runner primarily, and if you hold B during a screen transition in Mega Man's 5 and 6, you'll automatically recharge your, you'll automatically start to charge your Buster as you transition from your slide, or as you transition a room. That's not true in Mega Man 4. Mega Man 4, you actually do need to shoot before the Buster will charge, so that's kind of annoying, and it makes it a little more difficult, unfortunately. So we're going to try to time these. This is actually a screen that normal Mega Man 4 basically does a good job of abusing the time stopper that you get from Brightman, and it makes a lot of screens very trivial. And that is not the case in this version where I don't have that as an ability, so, or I can't call upon it to use it, so now we, oh, that was terrible. We might be taking a death here, just because we're gonna try to get out of here, without dying, but this is one of those sections where, again, because it's, you know, normally we just use the time stopper, so we don't have to worry about any of this nonsense. And yet, here we are. Alright, you know what? That was really heinous and ugly, but I'm not dead, so that's not the end. That's not the worst thing that's ever happened. This is Drill Man. We affectionately call him Dive Man because this is what he does. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. Okay, that's the only audio cue in the entire game that I use. Ow. We're gonna try to hold out here. This sequence actually has a ton of lag because when the drills explode, they just basically eat all of the time of it, or like just eat inputs that whole time. So this sequence can be pretty rough. So we try to, like, I hold my charge longer than I feel like I really need to. Oh! I should have just stood there and mashed him. I think it would have been a better shot.
Where's the contact damage on him, huh?
Yeah. Right?
Junk. Bunch of junk.
One of the things that Mega Man 4 is pretty famous for, actually, is the Robot Masters all do a ton of damage when they contact you. There it is. And so all of them will do 8 damage when they touch you, with the exception, I think, of Pharaoh Man, who does 6. So, long story short, all these guys hit like trucks. So it's a real, it can be a real downer. And watch, I'm probably gonna beat this guy without taking any damage this time, because that's exactly how things tend to. And here we go. This is why we usually do him first, because in like an RTA run of this, I would have just quit after I died, obviously. But I also would, you know, if he was giving me a really terrible pattern like this, I would probably just, yeah, look at that. Yeah. See? I can do this, I swear. Just like flawless victory there, but alright. So that's Drill. We get his weapon, which I don't think we'll use in this. No, not in this one. Like I said, we're gonna try to be as true blue as possible, but Drill Bomb we might we won't actually see that one. This is Rush Jet. We will see him briefly, only because there are some jumps that we can't make. So who's next? I guess Dust. Dust is a good choice for next here. Dust is another RNG heavy boss. He can make himself invincible, and when you don't have his weakness, that can really be a it can really suck, and you'll see. So these guys are fun. They come up if you try to jump here, they'll kill you. So we're gonna. Or you can just miss entirely. That's also good. Hey, cool. I was able to pick up a 1-up. That's nice. Fun fact, you'll actually probably see a lot of 1-ups in this. The reason being is that Mega Man 5 is widely regarded as giving you a ton of 1-ups. But the reason why everybody feels that way is that you kill a lot of enemies. Well, Mega Man 4, you actually don't kill a lot of enemies because most of the time you're time stopping them, so they don't. So you don't kill them, you just avoid them. Well, because we kill a lot more in Buster Only, we're going to see a lot of 1-ups, or we should expect to see a good number of 1-ups. This is the Dust Crusher stage, or section of the stage. This is fun. We have to break these little blocks here, and all the while contending with Matt. So I'm going to take this a little safe. Oh, okay. Or maybe... Whee! Alright, we're through there. That was a little scary, but it's alright. Candy dispenser. Yeah, the optimal way to do that actually uses ring, which is not too bad.
Don't even have it.
Yeah, don't even have ring yet. So we're gonna kill this guy because if he decided to low jump, he can sometimes hit me. And now I have a little bit more to play with. I can actually damage boost to take dust out of his iframes and fight him a little faster here. So it's not the ideal way to go about it, but it's an option we have. So this is what we want him to do. Well, not yet. Yeah, see, when he does this, he becomes invincible. We actually can't hit him. It just bounces right off of him. So that's what we want him to throw stuff at us, but again, this is kind of what can happen with Dustman. And it would also help if I'd stop missing him. That's usually a really helpful factor for beating a boss in Mega Man, is to hit them. There we go. Alright. That might be the right pixel. Alright, so let's see. If I miss this one, I'll have 5 more chances. Nope, still wrong. Alright. Going strong. Go for 3. Alright. So now we get the Dust Crusher. We also should never see this one. So that's good. Let's see what's next. Do Skull. Skull is another weapon we should never see, but this has got some really great music. This stage has some of the best music in the classic Megas, I think. So.
It does.
This is, like I said, this is like the first Mega Man game I played as a kid, which is one of those things that, you know, when this is your first Mega Man game that you play as a kid, you're like, oh, this series is awesome. I want to play all the other games. And then you go and you rent at Blockbuster like Mega Man 1. And you're like, why can't I slide? And why can't I charge? What is this? And you take it back to Blockbuster and you're like, they broke my Mega Man game. This is wrong. No, it's just that, you know, Mega Man, like all good robots, got upgraded over the years, and you know, at this point he's about as powerful as he can be. So, you know. So this is Eddie Flip Top. I didn't mention him earlier. He didn't give us anything useful. Thanks, Eddie. You're a bro. Just climb up here. Just deboost through here. One of the fun facts about Mega Man 4, actually, that it does that the other later 2 Mega Man games that have charges don't do, is that I can hold my charge through taking damage. That is not something that happens in Mega Man 5 and 6. If you take damage while charging, you lose your charge. So it's actually something that I will do occasionally, is take damage while holding a charge and then release it later. So it's a little easier in that regard. So Skullman isn't entirely, he's pretty much entirely manipulatable. All of his movements are in reaction to things that you do. So if I'm walking, he should shoot. Oops, and I didn't turn around. So one more Buster shot should take him out. This is the other thing he can do. He can just stand there with his shield up forever and not do anything. So I think that's wrong again. I'm pretty sure that that's not the right pixel. Oh, it was! All right! Hey, 1 for 4! Woo! Got it!
It's like the song goes, 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
That's right. I also love couscous.
Oh my god, he's calling me out.
Let's see. Let's do Ringman.
Yeah, they're all
So Ringman's actually an interesting boss. If you played this as a kid, you probably thought that Ringman was pretty terrible as a boss. That he was really difficult to fight and was just a gigantic jerk. And you're not wrong about any of that. And now that's really bad. Okay. Let's just get up here and deal with these guys. So if you played Mega Man 11, you'll see that these guns came back. They're only ever in this stage previous to that, as far as I'm aware. It's just this stage here. Are these cannon things that move like this. They're just... nobody likes them. They're terrible. So now we bring a charge in here, we slide, and like Mega Man 3, when you slide into a transition, you can move afterwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight this hippopotamus here. Or no, we're not. We're just going to slide right by him. Because fighting mini-bosses is slow, and we don't want to do that. So, now, normally, if I was playing this any percent, I would have Pharaoh shot, and I could kill this guy in one shot, but I can't do that, so I have to use charge buster shots, and it's a little slower, and the timing's a little tough, so, you know, we're making do with what we got, which is, you know, standard outfit here. Alright, so we take that D-boost, we get past him again. Same deal as last time. Oh, messed up that. That's not super good. Hey, cool, a little bit of help. These will not start to move until you are no longer, until you're done sliding, which is really useful. So I'm gonna try to just kill that guy just because. Okay. No luck. I was hoping for a health drop just because it makes all of this a little safer. No dice. That's okay. We're gonna take a D-boost here. I don't want to fight that guy again. It's way too slow, and we're right at the boss door. So if all goes according to plan, Ringman, who as a kid, as a casual playthrough, is really tough. His pattern doesn't change. He does the exact same thing every time. So in reality. As long as you're consistent, you should be able to beat this guy without taking it. Well, whatever I said. Forget I said anything. I lied to you all. He's actually super difficult. Alright, there we go. That's one more in the books. That's the other thing about Buster Only is that a lot of times you get to the bosses with low health, and so you have to really clutch out fights. So there's still 1 out of 5 on the good teleports, so we
still got one. Still got one. That's all that matters.
Operating at a strong 20%.
We were able to show it off. Marathon. That's all that matters.
So let's see, what do we have left? You know what? Let's do Toadman because Toadman is kind of the bane of my existence. Not because Toadman himself is difficult. In fact, Toadman himself is probably the easiest boss in the classic series. But this stage can be a real pain.
Well, they're really so sensitive about how bad I am.
And the reason is that, like I said, normally a lot of these stages are kind of trivial because you have Time Stopper, and so you just slide past everything. That isn't the case here, so I actually have to do a lot more shooting and a lot more planning on how to take things out. Like that's another thing is that I have to be very careful about drops because these little waterfalls can suck you right over the edge and kill you. So we're gonna do that. All right, so we're through the really scary parts. We should be all right too. If you've ever watched an any percent run of this, you probably would not have seen much of this snail fellow here. What we normally do is the Time Stoppers would come in, and it, and because he hasn't fully spawned, we can damage boost right through him. And we don't get to do that in Buster Only, so we actually have to fight him and his brother. I assume they're related. They have a striking resemblance. So. Gotta watch out for these bombs. And this sequence is a little more difficult because you got the water pushing you. You can't jump. You can't fully jump. Underneath the waterfall, that's a happy fish. So another fun fact about this game is I mentioned earlier that I'm primarily a Mega Man 6 runner. That was very dangerous there because I got hit with the with a drop that could easily have put me on spikes. You can't jump out of slides when you're in water in Mega Man 4, which is much more like Mega Man 6's normal physics. So it doesn't really make me feel uncomfortable, but it's not something I like. And of course, he jumps when you shoot him. So he starts his little dance there. We don't want him to complete his dance, because if he completes his dance, he will basically fill the screen with rain, and that rain does a good bit of damage. Not a ton, but enough. And so now that's the end of Toadman. Nice and easy fight.
That was a hard boss.
That's casually, he is a very common boss to just, you know, start with. Hey, there's another one. 2 out of 6. All right.
This is nice.
Like if you get all 8 of them, it probably saves somewhere in the neighborhood of like maybe 8 seconds on total run, or maybe like somewhere between 5 and 8 maybe. But the task is actually really interesting because if you do it completely right, you'll actually just skip most of the fanfare entirely. So what the task will do is it'll put a balloon there, and it'll be in the exact X and Y coordinate, and he'll just fall over, and it'll automatically just go through all that. So it's a really neat thing. You can actually do it in this screen and in Pharaoh Man stage because you start so high. So all right, we're just gonna take damage there. So I said before you can't jump out of slides in this underwater, which doesn't really make me uncomfortable. I'm pretty used to that sort of limitation. I'm gonna charge up here because now we get the this whale fellow here. And I honestly find him so much easier to kill Buster only because he lags the screen quite a bit, and my mashing isn't great, but my mashing is a lot better when there's lag. So. Oh, cool, a little bit of health there. Normally the way to deal with this guy is that you like cancel a slide and you hit your time stopper, and well, you don't have to do that. We were able to slide under him. He played nice. Fire that. 2 shots there. Jump here. I took that a little slow because Ow. Hey, whale, stop it. There we go. And now this is, if I fall into this hole, I go pick up the wire, so we don't want to do that. The wire is slow. Ow. I think we just have to wait now, because if I try to go under here, it's going to get me killed. Alright. So, we're coming up on Dive Man. So the other thing I should probably mention is that because this game introduced the charge, every frame that you're holding the charge actually lags the game. It's not a big deal, but certainly if you're trying to save time, unless you need to have a charge, you don't want to be charged. So the way that I deal with Dive Man here is I stand on the far side, he'll shoot his missiles at me, and I can... Oh, hey, get away from me! And this should work just fine. Alright. Now that's not a good place to kill him, that's slow, but that's alright. So ideally you could time this. Oh, no, I'm not going to get it because of that. Nope. Mega Man won't start all the fanfare and everything until the last bubble is off the screen, too. It's another thing that limits your abilities for some reason, so... So that's 7 of 8, and we've gotten 2 of the quick, like, little teleport things to the center of the screen. So that's about par for me in this game. Now we go to Bright Man. Normal any % route, you'd either start with Pharaoh or Bright Man because those are the 2 enemies, the 2 bosses that are the easiest to fight with Buster, and they give you the most utility, specifically Bright Man. Okay. Bright Man gives you just I knew as soon as I lost that shot, I didn't shoot as I jumped, and I was gonna die. Which that entire starting screen was screwed up, which should never happen because this is the way that the any percent route, or my routing for the any percent route starts. So, okay, I'm just having a heck of a time with sliding and shooting at the same time. So this is good. There we go. Oh, nothing from there. So what we want is we want these grasshoppers to help us out a little bit and have long jumps because it's faster. But oh, that's the opposite of good there. Okay, we're gonna backwards deboost with a shot because that's gonna take a little bit less health because I wasn't sliding. But when you take damage when you slide, you just stop moving, and as opposed to if you're walking, you'll get knocked backwards. So what we like to do is as much as possible, if we know we're gonna take a deboost, we like to take the damage either when we're sliding or if we can be facing, our back to it to move us forward. So, alright. We're gonna actually skip that. It's faster to take damage there and then slide on the spikes, but I'm already in a relatively precarious position health-wise, so we're gonna play this a little cautious, I think. Just like that actually is a little more cautious way to fight that guy. So we're got him. Now the lights come back on, which is good, because I know where I am now. So we did all that in the dark, and that's fine. That's pretty common. And so now we get Brightman. Brightman has a lot of very good ideas, if you couldn't tell. So what I just did was I hit him with two fully charged buster shots, which do 3 damage each, and then I hit him with a regular lemon. And the reason why I do that is that he can stop time. As I've mentioned before, that's the power we get from him. And he will only do that at certain health levels. So what we try to do is we make it so that he can't hit those. So if we do 7 damage early on, he'll never see 16, 8, or 4. I missed it. Did I get it? I missed it. I think I might have gotten that one. If he has 16 health, 8 health, or 4 health, he'll stop time. So we don't ever give him that opportunity. Oh, okay, 3 out of 8.
3 out of 8.
All right, I like it.
Like the song goes, 3 out of 8.
So, Mega Man 4 is also the first Mega Man game to introduce new villains that you have to fight. And in this case, we get Dr. Cossack, and he has the most rad castle of any of the Mega Man villains, in my opinion. I just love his castle. It's super cool looking. So we're going to go over here. That's a free tank. We just picked up an E-tank. It cost us nothing but about 2 or 3 seconds. But that's one I like to pick up just because it's, it doesn't really cost you a whole heck of a lot, and it's nice to have, because dying to a boss, now that we're in the castle stages, is the definition of awful. Ow!
What an idiot.
So, as a quality of life improvement that the Mega Man games did later, that we don't get in this game, is when you die to a castle boss, we're gonna despawn him, and my muscle memory there, honest to God, is to open up the balloons, because that's normally what you do, is you'd like turn back and use the balloons. So this is one place where I have to break True Blue. I have to use my balloons here. You can't actually make any of these jumps without them. But you do get to see the, I guess, the intended methodology for this nonsense here. So get ready for a bunch of screen transitions. Go up, and we let those things close. And we go up again, and we go down. So this is cool.
Speedrunning.
All right, and up we go. Okay, so we're gonna just we're gonna mash this guy down. He's not too bad. And now we get to fight Moth Riot. We have good health, so we should be just fine. This guy has he has a weird hitbox. It's not especially large. And funny story, actually, the Mega Buster's hitbox is also pretty small. Oh, you jerk. jerk moth. And okay, so far not awful. I mean, you can see the lag though when he. Oh, come on! There it is. Okay, now he's out. So I'm gonna lose some frames by being lower on the screen here, just because, you know.
No, you didn't jump.
I don't get it.
Well, no. So he has to travel all the way up to the top of the screen before it'll go. Oh,
I did get it.
You did get it? Oh.
It's the helmet. You can't hear my sarcasm.
What? Okay.
I'm basically saying nothing at all.
So this is another sequence I'm going to have to use the balloons, but I will be punished for my hubris. So you'll see. I'm just gonna climb up here. Kill this guy. We're gonna switch to balloon again and. There we go. Okay, so I had to use the balloons there. There's like I could have used Rush Jet, but that's slower. And because this is supposed to be Buster only, I feel like if I'm gonna use something else, I should be punished for it. So that's absolutely what happens. Alright, and now we just wait for these guys to switch over. The spikes will hurt you. You can do that a little faster if you want. Gonna have to do a balloon here again. Oh, I was hoping to... Oh, come on! That bat, I'll tell you what, was, he was not a friend. So now... Alright, we're gonna kill him. Normally I would just deboost this guy, but, I don't know if you can see my health up there, but it's not super good. So we're not gonna do that. We are gonna kill that guy, though. We were gonna hope that he dropped health. Thanks, guys. Very great. That's why we have the E-Tank, though. We get the E-Tanks pretty much specifically for this. If it comes to it, I'll use it. I think I can take one hit and I'll be okay. I don't think I can get squished, though, so let's not get squished.
Just rule of thumb for a lot of things in life.
So this is the square machine. You'll notice that he is an octagon. I don't make the rules. But he transforms and goes from side to side. So now that he's gonna oh, okay, there we go. Now, so the small one will hurt me, but the middle one won't. So I can actually clip through those in the middle sections there if I want to, which is pretty funny. I didn't get the full charge there. That's okay. Alright, so whee! It's actually slow to slide under them, but we like to do it. Yeah, so that doesn't hurt you, but if you get smushed on the under piece, it will. So it's like, okay, cool. Video games, how do they work? And that's amazing, right? Like, that's hilarious. Like, who doesn't think that's cool? Because I think that's pretty funny. Okay, so now we just go over here, hit him once. Make sure we get the full charge so we take him out, because we had a couple of non-full charges. Alright. Damageless fight, so that felt good. So now for the bane of every speedrunner's existence, an auto-scroller. But on the bright side, there are some cool things about this auto-scroller, not the least of which is the music. The music in this stage is some of the best in the classic Mega series, in my opinion. I just love this song. It's pretty upbeat. Kind of fits the the clouds going on in the background. And you're like, dance a little bit. And try to do that a little bit. Try to shoot the music. I'm probably offbeat because I have no rhythm or really any kind of musical ability whatsoever. I just have a helmet. That's all I have to offer.
Blame it on the fact that you can't hear the number
Also, I'd like to point out right here, once you see unhappy facing Cloud, you can never unsee unhappy facing Cloud. So, I expect that at this part of the VOD, there are just a stream of sad faces in chat. So there they are, everybody. Just, oops. I'm gonna kill him because he hurts.
They're clouds. Clouds are supposed to be
Right,
happy.
they should be happy. So this jump actually really sucks. Oh my god, okay, that was really frustrating. You have to backwards deboost to make this. You can't. There it is.
A lot of sad faces and one face.
I'll take it.
Close enough.
What are the odds sad faces they come into it?
So these are up here. We see some more Saturns. These are leftovers from Ringman stage. We can just shoot them. We just ride this down. Whoop. I don't know what those things are, but they look kind of funny. They're like gold and they just appear. And they look a little bit like a Rice Krispie treat almost to me, like a mechanical Rice Krispie
Or
treat.
like you know the wafer cookies?
There you go. Yeah, like a wafer cookie.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very hungry, everybody. I'm so sorry.
Shout outs to Vanilla Wafer.
Not a sponsor. Oh, there went a Mega Man 5 reference. And whee! There's an E-Tank here. You can get this. You just put a balloon here, and you can slide in and grab it. So, this is cool. Backwards moonwalk. In the air. No big deal.
He can't hear you with the helmet.
What? I can't hear your smart comments over the fact that my ear holes are filling. So these are the cockroach twins. They're really not too bad. They suck a little bit when you have Buster only because, well, you can't aim around, but normally you would fight that guy with the Pharaoh shot, which you have like 7 directions you can shoot it in. So that makes him a lot easier. He can't really get away from you, but that's alright. We dealt with it. So now this is the last stage of the Cossack Castle. We know that because we go, our little line on the map goes to this beach ball thing. Down there at the bottom. Like, you know, looks like a beach ball or something. I don't know. Or a power-up in some other different game. It's cool. It's cool.
Pixar ball.
Exactly. Yeah. Big star ball. I like it. We're in a backwards deboost.
He can't hear with the helmet.
I said Pixar ball.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Big Star Ball is correct.
He basically
not
said
wrong
the
when
same
he said
thing.
that.
I love it. That's great. Brilliant. So this is actually a fun little section. You would generally never see this in a speed run. This next section that we're gonna do here, and the reason is that it's slower. It's actually faster to go up to that other section and ow, jerk. Okay, so we're gonna wait that guy out. We can jump over that one, shoot him, jump over this one. That's actually not super dangerous. It feels very scary to me because things that come out of the ground are terrifying. Especially when they're over bottomless pits and can kill you, because this is a Mega Man game and they like to do stuff like that. I don't know why I'm charging. I just said earlier you don't want to be charging unless you're going to use it. And I'm sitting here like, oh, I have a charge. Cool. I'm just going to hold it forever and just delay everything by a few frames every few seconds. Cool. Let's kill this skull thing. Kill this skull thing.
Boss
And
time.
now it is time for Dr. Cossack. Did I get the nice lime green Mega Man?
Someone check to see if he's in chat.
This is Ecto Cooler Mega Man,
Grabbing the true blue.
and we're gonna kind of squeeze in here. So what I'm really doing there is I'm manipulating Dr. Cossack. He will stop all movement when I initiate a slide. So I stay in that corner and charge and fight him that way. It's pretty fast. I'm going to match through all this, but I can tell you what it is that is Dr. Cossack's daughter, Kalenka. That's Dr. Wily.
Wait, who?
Dr. Wily kidnapped Kalinka and forced Dr. Cossack to fight me.
We'll find Dr. Wally.
And Dr. Wily. And so, I mean, those are the best eyebrows in video games. Can we all at least agree on
The
that?
eyebrows are what makes the sound. It's not the spaceship.
So now we get Dr. Wiley's Castle. So this is a stage where I have to go fight the Mets. It's all right. I'm pretty sure they haven't won a pennant in a long time.
I don't know the rest.
Shout out to Mr. Cap.
You're pretty safe.
And wow, this is more hits than the Mets have had in years.
He's not wrong.
Oh!
I'm gonna
Got him!
And I'm a Mets fan too.
Opening
I'm so
day,
sorry.
and here's the first pitch, and the season's over.
There you go.
Alright, so now we're back underwater. This is the last underwater section. These Mets are, appropriately outfitted for underwater efforts here. They've got their nice little snorkels
None of
on.
it makes any sense.
Obviously, that makes total sense
Don't
because
get me started. Yeah, first of all,
robots don't need air. Wait, what?
Second of all, they're completely submerged.
Oh, whoops. That I screwed up. That's okay. Whee! Okay, now we're good. Now it's easy. You know what? See, it's okay to mess this screen up. You don't want to mess this screen up. There's a little different here.
I don't see the difference.
Can you point it out, please?
Oh God!
Oh, you almost did.
A little, you can clip through the blocks if your body's in it. It will just kick you over there. So we're actually gonna grab this E-tank here because it doesn't really cost us all that much more extra time. And this guy, this Mr. Met here, he can just be terrible like the rest of the Mets. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep making it. I don't know anything about baseball. I just.
Boy, the Mets are bad.
You're not wrong.
They're not very good. I don't feel bad.
Oh, yeah. This guy hits really hard. So I'm gonna try to not get horrifically punished by him, but we'll see how it goes. If you are on the ground when he lands, he will absolutely freeze you in place, which can cause you all kinds of trouble, especially if you're one hit away from death. So, all right. My head feels very heavy. Oh, I don't think I can move my head again. Hold on, wait. Hey, we're good again. We're good. Oh, it's so heavy. I've never worn it for more than like 2 minutes at a time. I'm
Yeah, you're
realizing this
crazy.
was a terrible mistake.
It's all about entertainment.
Edutainment.
Yeah.
It's one of my top 5 tainments.
What are the other 4?
Lobstertainment.
Containment. Alright, so now we're going to pull up Rush Jet here. Good old trusty Rush Jet. That was actually really dangerous. He very well could have disappeared before I had the chance to jump off of him, and I could have just fallen to my doom. So we were lucky there, which is nice. Alright, we have to kill that thing. Normally I would just keep Rush Jet open this whole up this whole time because you can just smash through these guys. They're not super terrifying in any way. And you can use Rush Jet to make this jump a little earlier, but it's cheating. Exactly. We're trying to not do that. Look away. Pay no attention to the man behind the helmet or whatever.
Me?
Exactly. Do not look at yells.
It's fair.
Alright, so now we're just gonna walk across here. We're gonna take out these candy dispensers. Whee!
What do you think those candies taste like?
Ow.
It tastes like pain.
That's
Motor
just
oil?
stupid. What am I doing? Like that's a really bad death because I'm right by the boss. So that okay, cool.
So you would normally get Rush Jet out from the screen, right?
Yeah, normally actually you would just be on Rush Jet, and a fun fact about Rush Jet is if you take damage while you're in the air, while he's on screen,
Look away again.
he'll just, okay, cool. He'll automatically transport to directly underneath you, and you can, you know, he'll save your bacon basically. He's pretty helpful. He's a good doggo, like all
He's a
doggos.
good boy.
All right, round 2. Let's try this again. Oh, whoops. There we go. Let's try that again. Once more with feeling, I believe is the phrase we use. There we go. Okay. Now we get to fight Taco Trash. His name is Taco Trash.
That's awesome.
Can you spell that?
It's Takotrash. I don't know why. Former linebacker. but
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Hey.
Well, the Dolphins would have picked him up. Trying to lose.
It always can use anything.
Oh,
No,
goodness.
Trying to lose.
Okay, so this guy has a crappy hitbox. So
Well,
We can see
hurt box though.
Hurt
yeah,
box,
his hurt box is real
Makes
good.
up for it.
Wow, that wow.
Yeah, the checkpoints in 4 stink.
Yeah, the checkpoints in Mega Man 4. I mentioned this earlier. I was hoping that I wouldn't be showing off how
Right.
terrible they
You
are.
would
But
normally have Rush Jet out.
Look away.
yeah. Okay, now I'm just angry.
Third time's the charm.
I honestly I don't think I've ever gotten hit by the body of Taco Trash. I've only ever, so there's my, that's never happened to me before moment for this run. Normally when you fight him, or at least the way that I fight him, he doesn't have a hurt box anymore. I destroy it and make him completely, completely harmless to me. But I can't do that in Buster only, so let's try this again. I have a little more health this time. I think we might be okay. You! Oh my god, I'm just so mad at you right now. No one likes you, Taco Trash. See, because it's actually way easier to hit him from over there because his hitbox is pretty gross. Like, what is that? Like, look at that. Look at this nonsense. Where am I supposed to hit this guy? He's worse than the dragon in Mega Man 6. This is absurdity. Wrapped in just... Yeah, go with that. It's wrapped in a flour tortilla. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's one. This is infuriating. Hey, good, I got one. Alright, we're gonna wait for this guy to come back. Okay. Oh, well, there's one. Yeah! Oh. That was terrible. I'm
First try.
first try. Third try. All right. Duffman says, "All right." So
A
now,
lot of things.
normally I wouldn't get the one up here, but let's not talk about it.
Talk about what?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Don't ask questions. Yeah, we're also gonna grab this health. There's honestly no reason I should need that, but if I survive this next fight with 4 health, I'm the smartest man alive.
That's. I mean, I can't disprove it.
So now it's the boss rush. Luckily, the bosses, because you have the power, you have the Mega Buster, they're really not that bad. Unless you do something dumb like that, which is just miss entirely. That's okay. Ideally, he'll just stand there and let me wail away at him. Just be like, oh, hey, cool, let's not slide. Sliding's overrated, Mega. We don't want to do that. And there we go. Okay, good. Now we're full health again. Or almost. Good enough. So fun thing about this game is that you can actually slide through the teleporters, which you can't do in most of the others. So you can actually accidentally slide through them. I'll do it just because it's kind of amusing. You can slide through multiple of them if you time it right. Oh, okay, now he is. I was right. This is Dustman. To reiterate, he sucks.
I get it.
I mean, if he just jumps side to side, I'm totally okay with that. Whee! Oh.
Oh, I get it.
Like, look, he's actively pulling it in. It should do more damage. Like, where's the logic,
I
Capcom?
agree.
Can't believe he's time scaling.
There we go. Now he's good.
Capcom doesn't care about speedrunners.
We're gonna. Yeah, so you can do that. It's.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that-
fun.
I think that's super neat. Like, you can actually use that in the any percent. It's faster to do that than it is to slide in multiple places. Okay, no dancing. This is like Footloose, and I'm like not Kevin Bacon. You cannot dance. There will be there will be no there will be no Kenny Loggins here, sir. All right, Dive Man. Seems pretty easy too. Just kind of stand. The idea is that if you stand close to him, he will do his drill attack forward at you, and we want to avoid that because when we stand far away, he'll just shoot these missiles at us, and it gives it. And because they each take 1 damage, we can just fire a buster right through them. Now we're gonna take care of Skullman. Cool. I should be charging in between these fights, but I don't know. I'm frazzled. I just got ruined by a taco earlier, so I mean I'm having feelings.
Fire breathing.
That's right. A fire-breathing candy ball throwing taco, which
You're feeling like trash.
I am. Oh, I get it. I even heard it too. It's a miracle.
Y'all silly.
Say you were talking a lot of trash.
Claps for that.
That's good. I would clap, but I have a controller in my hand.
You got a zillion more.
I got that reference too. Quite a few of the Mega Man 4 bosses just really like to jump around. Yes, that was.
It's okay.
House of Pain, right? Did I get?
Yeah, that's it.
Now we have Drill Man. We're gonna do this again. Wait for him to come up. So normally that should have been a fully charged shot, but it wasn't because the lag frames eat into how quickly you charge. So you have to. I always feel like I have to charge way longer than I really. It just doesn't feel right. Basically, is all I'm really trying to say. There we go. Okay, he's out of the way. Now we get Dr. Wily's first machine. Dr. Wily. What is nice is that we don't have the terrible ring grinding on this machine sound. That's normally the sound you get, because the ring is the most effective dealer of damage to this, but here we just charge up and we fire our way into this thing.
So we should try.
Oh.
Wants to lose.
Nah, he didn't though.
Now, this part is the opposite of fun, because his hitbox is pretty small, and you have to have a fully charged shot to hit it. And he can stand really close to the edge there and basically make it so that you just can't hit him, and you just take tons of damage. So we're gonna slide over here. There's a reason why I grabbed all those E-tanks, and it was specifically to have one of these. Normally what you fight him with is drill, which you can actually blow up in midair and do damage that way, which is really helpful. But not getting to do that here, so we're gonna try to. Okay. Now there's only one health left, right? So I should be able to hit him with a regular lemon.
Go run into him.
The hitbox will.
Use rain flush and kill him now.
Yeah.
Get all of the memes out.
Yeah, rain flush there would kill Dr. Wily and soft lock the game, which is cool. Or no, wait, there is a way to kill yourself, I think, after you do that.
Oh.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. But either way, you kill Dr. Wily and the game's like, nope, I guess you're done. You're not supposed to murder things, Mega Man. What are you doing? That's right. It's one of the 3 rules. He tries to break it in Mega Man 7, and it's a whole thing. So this is the last stage, and as I mentioned earlier, there are certain bosses that can't be hurt by anything but a special weapon. Final Wily is one of them, so we have to bust out the Pharaoh shot. Luckily, though, we have full-on ammo, so we can
What a bro.
just... Yeah, he's being really nice. And that's time. Whew. That was pretty grungy.
We got him finally.
Hey, get those
Aw.
eyebrows out.
Aw. He was right
Danger.
by that door. What are the chances?
And so now we get the Wilys Castle, blinks for a little bit, and then in one of the best explosions in NES history. Wait for it. Wait for. Oh wow, there it is. Wait, it's not done yet.
No, it gets good.
It gets way better. There it is. That's pretty cool. So
That seems very unlikely.
It's a custom effect.
that's yeah. You have to.
He paid extra for that. When
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah,
to
that
the
was
volleyball.
exactly. Alright, so that's all for Mega Man 4. We're coming back with Mega Man X3. So the Mega Man block continues. This is the end of the NES block, though. So sad. Bye NES for the rest of NLSS letters. But brought to you by the letters N, L, and S, and another S.
And an E, and another N, and another S.